There's a chapter missing from your copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's not a printing error. Robert Kiyosaki wrote something so controversial, so threatening to the financial establishment, that it was quietly removed from later editions. The wealthy don't want you to read what I'm about to tell you, because this chapter exposed the one mental program that separates the rich from everyone else. Not investing strategies, not real estate tricks. A single belief system that the wealthy guard like a family secret. Hidden truth about money. In the next 14 minutes, you're going to understand exactly why this information was buried, and more importantly, how to install it in your own mind. The financial elite spent decades building systems to keep you confused about money. Today, we dismantle those systems, one hidden truth at a time. The deleted pages. In 1997, Robert Kiyosaki's original manuscript contained a chapter called The Mind of Money. It discussed something that made publishers nervous. Not tax strategies, not investment vehicles. It explored how wealthy families deliberately program their children's minds about money differently than everyone else. The poor and middle class teach their children to work for money. The rich teach their children to have money work for them. But the deleted chapter went deeper. It explained the specific mental exercises wealthy families use at the dinner table, the conversations they have that poor families never do, the beliefs they install before their children can even read. Publishers argued this was too elitist, too controversial. It suggested that poverty was not just economic but psychological. That being broke starts in the mind before it ever shows up in your bank account. The chapter vanished from subsequent printings, and most readers never knew it existed. But here's what they removed, and why it matters more than anything else in that book. Poverty programming. The deleted chapter began with a brutal truth. By age 7, your relationship with money is already formed, not by choice, by absorption. You watched your parents argue about bills. You heard phrases like money doesn't grow on trees and we can't afford that. These weren't just words, they were installation codes. Your subconscious mind was being programmed like a computer, and nobody asked your permission. Kiyosaki wrote that wealthy families do something radically different. They speak about money as a tool, not a struggle. They discuss opportunities, not limitations. Their children hear abundance language before they can walk. Programming. Research from Cambridge University confirms children develop core money beliefs by age 7. After that, these beliefs operate automatically, invisibly, controlling every financial decision you make. If this belief hit close to home, hit like and subscribe to reprogram more of your money blocks. The next belief might be the one holding you back the most, but poverty programming isn't the real secret. What comes next is what the wealthy truly guard, the money thermostat. Here's what Kiyosaki really wanted you to understand. You have a financial thermostat in your mind. Just like your home thermostat keeps your house at a set temperature, your mental thermostat keeps your wealth at a set level. Your internal money limit. If your thermostat is set to $50,000 a year, you'll unconsciously sabotage any success beyond that. You'll overspend. You'll make bad investments. You'll find ways to return to your programmed comfort zone. Ever noticed how some people win the lottery and go broke within years? Their thermostat was set to poverty. The money was a temporary spike that their psychology couldn't maintain. The amount of money you earn will always reflect your self-image. Wealthy families understand this. They raise their children's financial thermostat through constant exposure to abundance thinking. They normalize wealth. They make millionaire mindsets feel like home. The question isn't whether you have a money thermostat. You do. The question is what temperature it's set to and whether you're willing to adjust it. Rich Dad's Secret. The deleted chapter revealed what Rich Dad actually taught Kiyosaki in their private conversations. Not just assets versus liabilities, something more fundamental. Rich Dad said the wealthy see money as energy. It flows toward value. It multiplies through belief. And it runs from those who fear or resent it. Money is attracted to those who welcome it, and repelled by those who need it desperately. Think about that. When you're desperate for money, you make desperate decisions. You take bad deals, you project scarcity, people can sense it. Opportunities avoid you. But when you operate from abundance, even without money in hand, you attract resources. You make confident moves. You become magnetic. This isn't mystical nonsense. It's documented psychology. Studies from Harvard Business School show that scarcity mindset reduces cognitive function by the equivalent of 13 IQ points. When you're worried about money, you literally become worse at making money decisions. The wealthy aren't just financially rich. They are psychologically positioned to receive wealth, and that positioning can be learned. The fear virus. Kiyosaki called it the fear virus. It spreads through families like a genetic disease, except it's not in your DNA. It's in your psychology. The fear virus has specific symptoms: checking your bank account with anxiety, feeling guilty about wanting more, believing that wanting wealth makes you greedy or shallow, assuming rich people are somehow morally inferior. These aren't random feelings. They are symptoms of infection. Fear kills financial dreams. And here's the uncomfortable truth. You probably caught this virus from people who love you, your parents, your teachers, your community. They infected you with their own financial fears because they didn't know any better. They were infected too. Fear does not stop death. It stops life. The wealthy have immunity, not because they don't feel fear, but because they learn to act despite it. They learn that fear of failure is more expensive than failure itself. The deleted chapter contained a specific protocol for curing this virus, and it starts with recognizing you have it. Invisible ceiling. Right now, there's an invisible ceiling above your head. You can't see it. You probably don't believe it exists. But every time you approach a certain income level, something pulls you back down. Ceiling. Kiyosaki explained that this ceiling is constructed from every limiting belief you've ever absorbed about money. Every time someone told you that's too expensive. Every time you heard people like us don't do that. Every time wealth was associated with greed, corruption, or moral failure. Brick by brick, these beliefs built a ceiling that now contains your entire financial existence. You cannot outperform your own self-image about money. The wealthy don't have this ceiling, or rather their ceiling is set so high it might as well not exist. They were raised to believe abundance is their birthright. They expect to be wealthy the same way you expect to breathe. This isn't arrogance, it's programming. And the good news is that ceilings can be demolished. But first, you need to see yours clearly. Money language. The deleted chapter included something Kiyosaki called the money language exercise. He claimed wealthy families speak differently about finances. Not just what they say, but how they say it. 1. Poor language. I can't afford it. 2. Rich language. How can I afford it? 3. Poor language. Money is the root of evil. 4. Rich language. Lack of money is the root of evil. 5. Poor language. That's too risky. 5. Rich language. How can I manage the risk? Notice the difference. Poor language closes doors. Rich language opens possibilities. Poor language is statement-based. Rich language is question-based. Words shape your reality. Every word you speak about money is either building or destroying your financial future. When you say I can never afford that, you're not describing reality. You're programming your subconscious to make it true. Wealthy families teach their children rich language from birth. It's not about positivity or wishful thinking. It's about training the brain to seek solutions instead of accepting limitations. What language do you speak about money? The wealth identity. Here's the most explosive content from the deleted chapter. Kiyosaki argued that becoming wealthy requires an identity shift, not just a strategy change. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. Most people approach wealth as something to acquire. The wealthy approach it as someone to become. This distinction changes everything. When your identity is struggling middle-class person trying to get ahead, every action you take will align with that identity. You'll make choices that keep you struggling because that's who you believe you are. But when your identity shifts to wealthy person in the making, something remarkable happens. You start noticing opportunities you previously ignored. You make decisions from abundance, not scarcity. You become magnetically attractive to money. Identity always wins over intention. This is why affirmations alone don't work. You can repeat "I am rich" 1,000 times, but if your identity says otherwise, nothing changes. The real work is becoming someone new. And that transformation starts with a single decision. The rich equation. The deleted chapter concluded with what Kiyosaki called the rich equation. It wasn't complicated. In fact, its simplicity is why it was so powerful. Beliefs plus actions over time equals results. Notice what comes first. Beliefs. Not education, not connections, not luck. Your beliefs determine your actions. Your actions, repeated over time, create your results. Change your beliefs, change your actions, change your results. Beliefs plus actions equals wealth. The wealthy understand this equation intuitively. They invest in their mindset before they invest their money. They know that the same strategy in different belief systems produces wildly different outcomes. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Two people can read the same investment book, follow the same advice, and get opposite results. The difference? Their underlying beliefs about what's possible for them. The rich equation isn't just mathematics. It's a map for transformation. And the variables are entirely within your control. Installing wealth. The chapter that was removed ended with a protocol. Kiyosaki called it installing wealth. It's the exact process wealthy families use to program abundance into their children's minds. And it works for adults too. Your financial future is determined by what you believe today. First, identify your current money programming. What were you taught about wealth? What emotions come up when you think about being rich? Write these down. They are the viruses you need to delete. Second, expose yourself daily to abundance thinking. Read about wealthy people. Study their psychology. Let their beliefs challenge yours. Proximity to wealth thinking creates wealth thinking. Reprogram. Third, act as if. Make one financial decision each day from abundance, not scarcity. Even small decisions. This trains your brain that wealth behavior is your new normal. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. The wealthy aren't playing by different rules. They're running different mental software. And now you know how to upgrade yours. The chapter they removed from Rich Dad Poor Dad wasn't deleted because it was wrong. It was deleted because it was too right, too direct, too threatening to systems that profit from your financial confusion. Truth was always here. You now know what wealthy families teach their children. The money thermostat, the fear virus, the invisible ceiling, the wealth identity, the rich equation. These aren't secrets anymore. They are tools, your tools. The only thing standing between you and your goal is the story you keep telling yourself. Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question. What belief about money did I inherit that no longer serves me? Find it. Name it. Then begin the process of deleting it. If you made it this far, comment chapter unlocked to prove you now know what they tried to hide from you. Your mind is either programmed for wealth or poverty. Now you know how to reprogram it. If this video exposed something in you, subscribe. There's more to uncover.